Sometimes one story leads to another. In the 60s, there was this British blues band called Bluesology, and it had a young organist named Reginald Dwight, or Reggie, who was only 13 playing with this professional band. After a few member changes, the lineup in 1966 had vocalist Long John Baldry and a saxophone player named Elton Dean, plus a handful of other players, but it's from those two Reginald Dwight got his new name, Elton John. Where one story can lead to another, there is one line in the band's wiki page that says, on 11 December 1966, there was a recording session at Abbey Road Studios with Little Richard. 4 songs were recorded, 2 were released in the UK, but it also says, needs citation. So they're saying Elton's first professional band recorded with his icon Little Richard? I needed to look into this. It is true Little Richard recorded at Abbey Road at that time before going to California to record. The songs he recorded there were produced by Norman Hurricane Smith and came out later as bonus tracks to the Get Down With It, the OK sessions, and on the explosive Little Richard reissues. I looked through the personnel list on all versions of these releases, but couldn't find anyone from Bluesology listed in the credits. On the explosive Little Richard credits, someone I didn't expect to see was there. Jimi Hendrix, listed for guitar on 2 tracks that were recorded in Hollywood, Poor Dog and Well Alright. So why is the Little Richard recording session mentioned in the Bluesology wiki page? Elton John has said Little Richard was the catalyst to switching from organ to piano and infusing rock and roll, so we must have mentioned this session before. A connection I did find between Little Richard and Bluesology for that time frame was that Bluesology opened for Little Richard in December of 1966 at the Seville Theater. Maybe after this show, Little Richard invited the band to hang out at the studio. Seems possible. Keep in mind, this was before the world knew who Elton John was, and he wasn't even going by that name yet. Years later, in 1993, Elton John and Little Richard would be in the studio together for Elton's Duets album, where they both sing and play piano on track 3, The Power. Thanks for watching and following. Subscribers, you rock. Cheers.